Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Lolcast here on the Beverage Gamers YouTube channel. My name is Smitty6166, and I should be your Soulcaster for today. Now, I apologise for this game being a minute in. This is what I get for finding the randomest of random games on the LoL launcher. And already blue team going very, very heavy on the invade hit. All 5 of them gathered up in the red jungle here for purple team. And obviously looking for, I'm guessing, Lee Sin is the jungler? Yes, Lee Sin jungling to steal that red buff away from Draven, which is going to be quite well done. It's going to slow down his jungle path. Of course, though, Draven could turn around and go from his blue to their red, but we shall see how things go. Also, we should actually say in today's game, we've got Lissandra, Lux, Kennen, Lee Sin, and Alistair versus Draven, Kassadin, my mind went blank to his name there, Acolyte, Draven, and Nami. So this is going to be a very interesting game, mainly because of that nice red steal there from Lee Sin. He's even going to leave these lizards behind, and a little known fact for those of you that don't know, whenever you leave these lizards behind in the camp, it doesn't actually reset the spawn time, but the entire camp has to be wiped out. So leaving those there actually really will upset Draven. And just like I said there, we can see that Draven is stealing away the red buff on the blue side now that he has his own blue. So as things start setting into a groove there, we can see we're getting an AD Kennen, which is very weird. But then again, this blue team is very weird, as we got Lissandra top, which is about normal. We got Lux mid, which is about normal. At least in jungle, support Alistair, which is very rare. Normally Alistair go jungle if you're feeling brave enough to. And already the aggression is coming out in that mid lane. Lux goes down to the ignite. Well played ignite there from Kassadin. And the pings come out galore from the red team there, knowing that Alistair has gone missing, but sadly could not support Lux in time. So that's now put Kassadin quite nicely ahead there. He's already starting to build up in that tanky manner. He's got a fair bit of AP for his level. It's something I really need to learn as well, actually, is how to play Kassadin. Even though he's a melee mage, his level 6 gameplay is absolutely fantastic. He's like Twisted Fate, but only a lot worse. Twisted Fate, you know he's going. Kassadin, you don't. And all you see of Kassadin is the teleport from his Void Walk, his ult, and that's it. You're dead. You're already screwed, man. So anyway, Kassadin doing very nicely. He's going to push that lane down. He's going to go back and buy, and he's already got 1,000 gold. So that's going to be a nice, shiny new pair of boots for him. Meanwhile, this bot lane is getting heavily pushed back from Draven. Even though the latest patch, they've given Draven a new passive, he's still an early game aggression. It's still there. I also like the fact that they kept the in-game joke of Draven, or welcome to the League of Draven, as his passive. And our gold stack is now getting up rather nicely. He's already up to 50 stacks on that, so when he's done, he's going to have 75 free gold off when he grabs the kill. I do apologise, we've got a bit of indigestion off a packet of Skittles. So there we go, Draven still pushing out that early aggression, using that free shielding from Nami. And Nami's actually been something that's quite rare as well. She's been one of these supports which has come out of nowhere, just like Alistair did just then as well, using that headbelt pulverise combo. Nami trying her best to lock down Ken and do some nice little bit of damage, seeing what a support really should be doing in these early levels, which is being the outright aggressor and letting your partner ADC farm up as much as you possibly can. And Draven really starting to stack up those stacks now of adoration. He's already on to 70. That's going to climb even higher before long. But we shall see how things carry on in this game. Top lane's also getting quite the heavy aggression. Alistair pushing onto Draven. We got Acolyte pushing onto the Lissandra in top lane. And Kassadin, has he just gone and got blue buff on his own? No, blue buff hasn't respawned yet. That would be why. Though it has to spawn out on Jarvan, and Jarvan's going to try his best to do the damage he can. There we go, using that leap of the flag toss to get the necessary final blow. And he's going to have to back away very quickly, otherwise Kennen will catch up and kill him, but sadly that is not to be. And Draven still stacking up all that adoration. It's going to be scary as heck. So as things are settling down, whilst we'll look at the early game buys that people have got at the 6-minute mark, Kassadin has already got that tier, so that's going to be stacking up absolutely rapidly with his abilities. He's not quite 6 yet, but he soon will be. In fact, he's already started his roam to the top lane. He was looking for Lee Sin, but he could go in onto Lissandra. Although Lissandra is being warned now from her teammates to back away because Kassadin is on the prowl. But of course, him being out of lane has now given Lux quite a bit of free farm. And although she's only 8 CS behind, that could soon change once she hits level 6 and she'll just start firing her ult and start mowing waves in one shot. Again, though, we shall see how things go. This mid lane is still fairly equal. Kassadin ahead solely by that kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Sandra is getting the full-on aggression done to her by Acolyte, and of course with that Jarvan still there, it's a dangerous threat indeed. Draven now trying to find himself a cannon. The barrier's been popped. Draven is going to go down if he's not careful. He's going to have to do something. Nami's been caught out of position as well. And a very well peeled cannon there trying to catch Draven out of position. But Kassadin on the roam. He has got level 6. He can void walk if necessary. And there we go. Out with the sphere. Just one more basic attack will do it. Oh, the ignite ticking away. That's going to give a second kill for Kassadin. So well played there by Pokimoki, I think is his name. Yep. He's doing very well. And Jarvan's going to give him the blue buff in a minute as well. So Kassadin is going to get even worse because he's going to have the mana regen and cooldowns necessary to keep up the fight. As Draven, though, continues this push in bottom lane. And he's got 13 stacks of adoration. What happened there? How's he lost so many stacks? He hasn't had a single kill. Will it actually stack up on assists as well? No, he hasn't died yet, either. That's very odd, unless it's bugged out entirely. I don't know. I can't understand that passive. I think it's meant to be something like 141. The amount of times this Draven's been killing him, he's already on 52 CS. And he's just going back now. He's picking up himself a BF sword. What else has he got? I was getting himself some health and mana pots. So he's going to be going for that nice and early Bloodthirster. So his AD is going to keep on stacking through the roof. And Acolyte died as well. I didn't even see that happen. Obviously must have happened whilst we were focusing too much on Draven. Really need to focus on this game. It's a bit hard when you haven't got a co-caster and there's so much action going on before the 10 minutes even come around. So if we look at the items again, both mid laners have picked up their tier. In fact, I'm just going to do myself a favour and move around the people in their respective lanes. Again, right, if you'd be so kind of, let's move these as well as the ones in the bottom. That would be great for the spectator mode, but hey, there we go. So yeah, as I was saying, go through the items. Both mid laners got their tiers now, so they're all going to be stacking. Obviously, Kassadin is going to have a fair bit of advantage on his. He's already at 128. Lux has only just got 32. Though at this rate, she's going to be caught out. She's not careful. That Void Sphere, though, getting the travel and getting the silence, but not quite having the damage as of yet. But again, both Lux and Kassadin scale very well into the late game and become something to be feared. And like I said, Draven now with that BF sword, the damage is insane. The ult comes up, it's not quite enough to catch Kennen on the way back. Oh, if only he had red buff or something to do that extra little bit of dot damage, he might have got something out of it. Although Nami coming out with the tidal wave and actually picking up, I was about to say tsunami, that'd be absolutely awesome if it was called the tsunami. And there we go, 247 gold for that one kill. Oh, Draven's got there, but he doesn't care. He just essentially could go back and buy another BF sword if he wanted to. All those gold stacks and adoration now just paid him in full. He's only got that to 48, so he was over 100. That is insane. That new passive really does make a difference to Draven now in the early game. You don't have to be aggressive. You can be as passive as you like, and then still be a threat at late game, which is pretty cool. Nice to see the balancings all coming out. So anyway, getting back to these items, Acolyte is now coming up with a Hextech Revolver. Jarvan's already finished up his Blue Golem item, so he's going to be tanky as hell. Lee Sin probably looking to do the same thing. I don't know actually what you would build for jungle Lee Sin. I've seen so much top Lee Sin rather than jungle. I'm trying to think now. I suppose you would build Blue Golem, but you could also build Red Lizard and get the slow out of it. But again, who knows? Yeah, Lux is now starting to stack the tier. The same with Kassadin. Kassadin has come back with that needlessly large rod as well. Those 2 kills and a 10 CS advantage is really starting to prove. And even if you look at the gold now, he's at rounded up 3.9k, so he's a good 900 gold ahead of Lux, and that's really now starting to show because Lux is still running on that Dawn's Ring, and Kassadin is almost running around with a completed Archangel Staff, and Acolyte going heavy aggressive onto Lissandra there, but not quite getting the damage necessary, and Lissandra getting away by popping her ultimate to entomb Acolyte in place. So Jarvan is roaming around, and Jarvan has the damage. He's got the flag toss as well. He's trying to do something. He gets kicked back in by Lee Sin. Well kicked there by him, actually. And he is actually going to go down. And giving the kill up to Lissandra there. So that's well-played teamwork there. Meanwhile, Kassadin is roaming around to the bot lane. He's actually taking the golems away from Kennen and Alistair. Nami, though, is coming around. Obviously trying to support what he's looking to possibly throw down that bubble and lift people up. But it's not going to be enough, sadly. Kennen and Alistair now really starting to fall behind. Kennen especially starting to fall behind. He's only on 55 CS with 2 deaths versus a Draven who has had 1 kill, 1 death, 2 assists. But he is miles ahead in gold. And it's not from the CS lead either. It's from his new passive and just catching those spinning blades and killing minions. Meanwhile, though, Acolyte finds Lissandra nice and quickly, but unfortunately she is going to get caught out by Lee Sin, and Lee Sin is going to get that kill, and he's currently 3-0. So obviously, miles ahead on the killing spree, but his sort of next major fear would be the Kassadin, and Draven going full on onto the aggression, trying to do whatever he can. He's forced to pop the flash. The heal comes out from Nami, but he can't quite seem to close the gap to do the necessary damage. But they are really low. Kassadin comes in, the Void Walk comes out. Draven picks the turret up, and Kassadin gets 1 kill. Can he find Alistair as well? The chase is on, but nope, he's going to back away, and Draven's just going to keep on stacking up that adoration, which now I think is at 131. Dear sweet God. That is just scary. I'm sorry, it is. I'm trying to think now. 131 half is 50, 65 times, I think it's like 3 gold for a minion. Or 3 gold per stat, yeah. So that's a lot of gold. Lux coming in with the laser, seeing everyone was down there, but sadly not doing enough damage. Obviously knew what was going on, but sadly the damage from the laser was not there to steal the dragon nor get a kill. All it's done really is piss Kassadin off. But he's going to go back away now, get that blue buff. He's going to keep his mana regen up. And now things are really starting to look sour for the blue team. They are currently 5k down in gold. They are down 3 kills. And they are now down a turret. But the CS is starting to level out in that... No, I say starting to level out. It's nearly level out in that mid lane. It's only 10 behind, which isn't too bad. The only difference being, though, is that Kassadin has got 3 kills to his name. And is an absolute threat at the minute. Because at level 6, because he's stacking up that tier. It's already approaching the halfway point of the stack. Rampage. And that'll soon become the tier of the goddess, probably. But it looks like he's going to go build Roa first. And Lee Sin shutting out Acolyte. Again, Acolyte only 1 and 3. Not really having the best day of her life. Jarvan now coming up to babysit the top lane a bit. And stop Lissandra from taking it down. And allowing Lissandra a chance to come back into this game, although she's not doing too bad, truth be told. Pink's coming out in bot lane as well, as Nami is forced to back away from Kennen and Alistair, whilst Lux comes around. Draven now starting to make his way up. Doesn't need to push that bot lane anymore. Oh, excuse me. Chess is really playing up in the minute. He doesn't need to push that bot lane anymore. He can actually focus pushing on this top lane. Doesn't need to necessarily do damage to the minions. He just keeps catching the spinning axis, but he's got a Bloodthirst now, which is, where is it? About half stack now. So it's going to start doing some serious damage soon enough. As well as picking up all those adoration stacks, he's going to be an absolute monster when he gets a kill. But if he dies, it's going to be quite bad. But we'll see how things go. Lux proving how much wave clear she actually has now. She can really start mowing things down with that light binding trap. Not the light binding, sorry, the light landmine. I can't remember what the ability's called, for the love of me. What's it called? Oh, Lucent Singularity, sorry, yeah. And then, if need be, fire off the final spark to finish off the wave entirely if they all bunch up like now, for instance. But Not going to bother, just going to focus doing the necessary last hits, trying to catch Draven out of position. But sadly not being able to, and Draven's going to happily farm out this wave nice and quick. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, it's Kennen versus Draven. Kennen, though, is at a disadvantage. Draven is so much more powerful. That Bloodthirster and Berserker Greaves, and Doran's Blade, sorry, as well. And Akalai finding Lissandra yet again. The Ignite is ticking away. The tower does a hit, but it's not going to be enough. And Akalai can now just walk away. All carry on farming, actually, pushing that wave in, and eventually got up the gold necessary for the Hextech Gunblade. Meanwhile, though, in that bot lane, the Tidal Wave comes out, as well as the spinning axes of Draven. And now Draven is starting to make his push, and he's doing so much damage onto Alistair. A couple more hits will do it, and there we go. Double kill, and a nice extra bit of gold for him as well. He's now on to 57 seconds. Oh, it could be 157. You never know. I mean, he's already about to hit the 150 mark in CS. He's doing a phenomenal job at farming. Obviously, this Draven is no stranger to the AD carry role and knows what needs to be done, which is build damage. Everything else is a non-option. Though the tower really doesn't want to let him go, can't blame it really. Draven is now powerhouse of damage. And this is going to be the second tower going down. This bot lane now is in serious trouble. If the blue team doesn't respond to this in a timely or an efficient manner, it's just going to be a bad, bad day for them. So there we go. Draven now is going to take away the double golems, and this is the fear for the blue team now, is the fact that you've got a Draven who is currently 3-1 and on a monster amount of gold. He's on 2.5k. He's going to spend it on something, as fights are now starting to break out. A 3v2 fight breaking out just short of that second turret in the mid lane. Kassadin is roaming around looking to try and find something, but nope, he's going to void walk over the wall there, and he's going to start climbing away at these minions, and Lissandra forced to run away as well. That tower, though, is going to go down, so it's now 3 towers in favour of our red team. And Nami picking up the credit for that one. So things for this red team going absolutely in their favour right now. They are currently pretty much about 8-9k up in gold. They are double the kill lead ahead at 10-5, and they've got 3 turrets. In terms of the items now, in terms of the top laners, we've got Lissandra with the Athena's Unholy Grail versus the Hextech Gunblade of Akalai. It's kind of level picking at the minute. Akalai's got the speed on farm and the speed on kills, but she's died so much, whereas Lissandra's on 1, 2, 3 and 92 minions. Overall, though, if we look at their gold, it's actually kind of clear that Akalai is ahead, but Lissandra is happily keeping that gap nice and tight. In terms of the junglers, Draven is yet to complete Aegis of... Well, I'm guessing he's building Aegis. Whereas Lee Sin is now starting to roam around. He's currently on 4-0, so he's got the items he wants. He's got the Blue Golem, he's got the Speed Boots, he's got the damage from Longsword, and he's got the Cloth Armor, which is probably going to Mandred's Razor, I'm guessing. And if we look at the mid laners now, we could see that Kassadin can go either into Archangel Staff, which will go to Seraph's Embrace, or go into the Rod of Ages and like that start stacking up, so he does tons of damage with his Q, well, with his whole combo really that he can pull off. Lux now is starting to build heavy into the AP range. In fact, if we look at them very briefly, whoops, that's 3 for Kennen. Lux is on 2. Lux is on currently 231 ability power, and Kassadin is on 165, so the damage really in favour of Lux, but at the same time Kassadin is a lot faster and he's a lot tankier. So there is the child, of course. Now he's going to go back. He's currently sitting on 600 gold, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be the rower he's building now. We shall see. Looks intently. Yep, there we go. Sells his Doran's shield and picks up rower. And a nice run of ages there. It's going to start stacking his health, mana and ability power as Akalai is pushing down the top lane rather nicely. Lux and Lissandra unable to respond, whilst 3 members of the blue team were busy focusing this bot lane down as well, with it being 2 towers down. So it's now 4 towers in favour of the red team, and red team have now picked up Dragon yet again, so they're doing very, very well in regards to this. And Draven doing his job at wiring the crowd, getting all that admiration. And now the blue team is really starting to lose their jungle here. They got Draven with the red buff, obviously must have stolen it from the red camp, and he's being caught out here under the tower. The tidal wave comes out. Will it catch Lux? Yes, it does. Army finds herself a second kill, But Lissandra takes out Acolyte yet again. Obviously, Acolyte now is going to have to start thinking about doing some sort of damage. But Lissandra's trying to close the gap, so we're trying to catch Jarvan or Nami out. But there we go, the powerhouse of Draven is back. The ultimate comes out as Kassadin finds Kennen out in the bot lane. Lee Sin now is all alone. And there we go, he goes down to Kassadin. That is an ace for the red team. And that was really a good engagement in favour of the blue team until Draven turned up. So they thought they were safe because he had backed off and hadn't been seen. The minute he showed back up again, though, the damage came out, and that was the end of it. Really, because he's doing so much damage right now. But if we have a look, nope, that's the key I'm after. He is the 4th player on this list. Yeah, he's coming on 301 attack damage. He really does not care. And with those spinning blades going at it as well, he's doing enough damage as it is trying to go heavy aggression onto Lux. He's even chunking down Alistair, who's meant to be that frontline tank in favour of this blue team. But there we go, that's another turret and the inhibitor as well. So this game really picking up in favour of the red team. They're now at nearly 40,000 gold in comparison to the 25,000 of the blue team. So this red team's now starting to really pull out ahead. We can see that Sheena's now come out from Acolyte. That's probably to go into a Lich Bane. And that will give her that constant stacking of the Spellblade with her ability power. She's got the Hexa Gunblade for Spell Vamp. If we look at Lissandra for a second, I'm guessing she's building Catalyst with that health gem. Either that or trying to stay alive. But again, it's a bit hard to say. I'll just flick the game over to directed camera for a bit. Lee Sin now starting to build Brutalizer, so that's going to probably be your moves, I would think, or even it could be Black Cleaver. I don't honestly know, can't really say either. Yeah, Jarvan has gone full tank. He's got the Runic Bulwark as well, which might be going in the next patch when Lucian, well, I'm guessing when Lucian comes out. And Lee Sin going in at heavy on Tsunami, but sadly gets caught out by 4 members. Acolyte picks up a kill. He just got melted. Poor Lee Sin, there was nothing he can do. And the blue team really can't blame him. I mean, he is the blind monk. You know, he doesn't have a seeing eye dog with him. That should be a new item in the game, actually. A seeing eye dog. Only available for Lee Sin. Oh, I mean, sometimes. And there we go. Kennen gets caught out as well and gets melted by Acolyte. Acolyte's now brought herself leveled in kills and has now pulled her lead out miles ahead of Lissandra, who's now just got the Haunting guys for Spell Pen. So things now are looking very bad. I wouldn't be surprised to see all members of the red team here engage onto some poor, unwitting fool. Well, Draven is actually roaming around the top there. He's building up his Adoration stacks again. I'm guessing he's at the 130 mark. And he's only had 4 kills this entire game, but he's already at 10k gold. But we will see how things are going to go carry on. This bottom lane tower, though, is going to go down. Kassadin farmed out the wave that was coming out of the blue team's Nexus in no time at all. And he's really just... all he has to do is roam forward, and his damage from his Q alone takes Lux down to... well, takes a good quarter of Lux's life away. So really now he's become a powerhouse. That Void Walk does a phenomenal amount of damage as well. Nami can just heal him right back up again. But things are now starting to turn sour. Draven's coming back down the middle lane now. He has got the Infinity Edge. He's got Bloodthirst at full stack. He's even got Last Whisper. This is going to be bad, but the red team looks to be... they're stealing buffs again. Jarvan is going to pick himself up a free blue. Did he give it? No, he gave it to Nami. And that was very generous of Jarvan. But again, Jarvan doesn't need the cooldown reduction. He's got the tank. Are you going to sit there and soak the damage up all day? Really, Nami needs it for her cooldowns. After all, she's being like this massive group healer. And there we go, Draven now coming in as well. Building up even more Adoration stacks than needed. It's coming on 140. No, not quite 150. That's depressing there for Draven. No, it's still climbing 150. That's nearly 160. I'm guessing that's nearly 160. It'd be nice to see how much we've actually got. But that is an insane amount now. 1 kill. He's just essentially going to buy himself another item when he goes back outright. Doesn't even need to buy it in bits and then do the build cost. But there we go. And Draven's going to run around. He's going to keep on the farm up.
Dominating.
There we go. He's even going to find himself a red buff as well. 170 now. That is scary. But to focus on Draven, Cassidy finds himself, and he said he's going to find himself Alistair as well, using that Void Walk beautifully as Acolyte shumpos across. Oh, not shumpo, sorry, I can't remember what this is called. But whatever. Acolyte though gets caught up by Lux. The laser does so much damage, forced to pop her W as soon as to try and get across. Though Cassidy though coming in from the mid lane with Jarvan, Nami and this powerhouse Draven in tow. God, that Draven's actually scaring me. The ult comes out from Draven, goes off the map. Will it come back in time? No, it finds, doesn't even get the assist on Lissandra. That's a bit of a shame that ult comes. Someone dies to Draven, please. I want to see how much gold Draven gets for a kill. There we go, 270 gold. That's insane. That is disgusting. And there we go, the ult coming out from Nami as well. Just go knock everybody up on the platform and tell them to back off. Both turrets go down. The Nexus is going to go down. That has been game. That Draven obviously takes player of the match, going 5-1. The Cassidy is 8-0. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that random LOL cast. Remember to like, favourite, subscribe and all that YouTube jazz. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.